So Google just released a research paper and it actually broke the stock market. So let's talk about it. So a few days ago, Google published a research paper and it describes a new algorithm, a new way to squeeze AI memory down to 3 bits. And the next morning, memory chip stocks tanked. Micron, Western Digital, SanDisk, all of those fell. A research paper, not a product launch, not an earnings miss. A paper knocked billions of dollars off semiconductor market in a single trading session. The algorithm is called Turboquant, and this is the reason that Wall Street panicked. And it might just be solving the biggest bottleneck that holds AI back. So the paper describes something called Turboquant. And to understand why Wall Street freaked out, you need to understand the problem that's been quietly plaguing the AI industry for years. You see, here's the thing that nobody talks about when they talk about AI. You see, the bottleneck is not how smart these models are, it's their memory. Specifically, their short-term memory, the stuff they hold in their head when they're talking to you. And you understand that memory is absurdly expensive. It's the single biggest cost in running AI systems. It's the reason your AI chatbot slows down in long conversations. It's the reason you can't run the best models on your laptop. So what did Google figure out, and why does a better way to compress memory have Wall Street rethinking the entire chip industry? So when you have a conversation with ChatGPT or Gemini, the model has to remember everything you've said so far. I mean, not every single word, not the last message, the entire conversation. It stores all of that in what engineers like to call a KV cache. But you can think of that as an AI's notebook. You see, every time you say something, it writes it down. Every time it responds, it flips back through the whole notebook to stay on topic. Now, here's the problem. That notebook, it gets pretty big, really big, and it never stops growing. Every word you type, every word the AI taps back, the notebook gets another page, and a long conversation might have tens and thousands of pages. And all of those pages are sitting on the most expensive type of computer memory there is, GPU memory. The same stuff that makes graphics cards cost thousands of dollars. And this is why long conversations slow down. This is why AI companies spend billions on hardware. It's not that thinking that's expensive, it's the remembering. So compression does seem like the obvious fix, right? Just shrink the notebook, and most people have already tried. But here's the catch. The old compression methods are like hiring a librarian to reorganize your entire bookshelf. The librarian helps, you can fit more books, but now you also need a desk for the librarian and a filing system for the librarian's notes. The compression itself creates extra baggage that eats up the space and slows things down. That's the trap the whole industry has been stuck in until Turboquant. You see, Turboquant was developed by Amir Zandeh and Vahab Morokni at Google Research, and it works in 2 stages. And I'm going to explain both without any math because the core ideas are actually beautifully simple. So imagine someone gives you directions to a restaurant, they tell you to go 3 blocks east and then 4 blocks north. That's 2 pieces of information you need to remember precisely. 3 east, 4 north, both matter. Both need to be exact. But there's another way to give the exact same directions. Go 5 blocks total at a roughly northeast angle. Same destination. You get to the same restaurant. But now something interesting happens. You see the distance part, the 5 blocks, it needs to be precise. But the angle part, you get to the same restaurant. But now something interesting happens. The distance part, the 5 blocks, it needs to be precise. The distance part, the 5 blocks, needs to be precise. But the angle part, it turns out that when you convert the AI memory into this format, a distance and a directions cluster together in predictable patterns. They're not random, and when something is predictable, you can compress it way harder. It's like if you noticed that 90% of your photos were taken in the same 3 locations, you wouldn't need to store the full GPS coordinates every time. You could just say location A, location B, or location C. And that's the insight, the same info, stored much smaller because the patterns do the heavy lifting. Here's where we got stage 2, which is the spell checker. Now, no compression is perfect. Stage 1 introduces tiny errors like rounding errors, like $19.97 to $20, and individually that's no big deal, but if thousands of those tiny roundings all lean in the same directions, they do tend to add up. So stage 2 runs a quick error check. It looks at whatever small mistakes one made and corrects them using a single bit of information per value, literally just a yes or no, a plus or a minus. Think of it like a spell check for compressed data, and it catches all of that drift before it becomes a major problem, and it adds essentially 0 extra storage. And the key insight here, and this is the cover part, is that Turboquant doesn't try and perfectly preserve every single number in the AI's notebook. It only preserves what the AI actually uses. It's like compressing a photo by keeping the parts your eyes focus on, the faces, the text, and blurring the background you'd never notice anyway. The AI can't tell the difference, its answers come out identical. And here's maybe the most jaw-dropping part. The old compression methods need to study your data first. Like a tailor measuring you before you make a suit, it takes time. For a large dataset, older methods take around 239 seconds just to set up. Turboquant takes around 0.0013 seconds. That's 184,000 times faster. It's like off-the-rack clothing that somehow fits perfectly. no measuring, no adjustments, it just works. So we have to wonder, do those results actually hold up? And yes, they kind of do dramatically. On Nvidia's best GPUs, the H100, the chip everyone's fighting over, Turboquant delivers an 8-time speed boost. Memory usage drops by at least 6 times. And at 3.5 bits of precision, there's zero accuracy lost. None. The AI answers are just as good. But the test that really stands out is this. The researchers buried a single specific fact inside 104,000 tokens of text. That's roughly 300 pages of filler. And then they asked the compressed model to find it. And it found it every single time. Perfect score. That's not pretty good compression. That's compression where nothing that matters is lost. The team validated this across multiple open source AI models and 5 major benchmark suites. Every test for question answering, summarization, code generation, Turboquant actually matched or beat the existing methods across the board. So you have to wonder, why should you care? Do you just use ChatGPT occasionally? Why does this even matter? First, you're going to get longer conversations. You know how AI chatbots sometimes seem to forget what you said in earlier conversations? That is the memory wall. If the notebook shrinks, firstly, you're going to get longer conversations. You know how AI chatbots sometimes seem to forget what you said earlier in a long conversation? That is the memory wall. If the notebook shrinks by 6 times, the same hardware can handle conversations 6 times longer. We are talking about going from book length summary, we are talking about going from book length memory to entire library length memory. You could feed it your entire email archive, your full legal case, an entire code base in one entire go. Second, AI on your devices. You see, right now, the best AI models need massive data centers to run. But if the memory problem shrinks, so does the hardware requirement. Someone on Reddit already has Turboquant working on a Mac, running a $35 billion model, running a 35 billion parameter model with a 64K token context window. Models that needed a server room could soon run on your laptop or your phone. And third, this is the money. If AI needs dramatically less memory hardware, companies that sell memory chips will sell fewer chips. And that is why Micron, Western Digital, and SanDisk dropped in the morning after the paper was published. Wall Street is pricing in a future where the memory bottleneck isn't solved by buying more hardware, it's solved by needing less of it. Every Google search, every AI assistant, every recommendation system gets cheaper to run. So the craziest thing about Turboquant is that there was no keynote, there was no crazy press conference, there was no product launch. It was just 2 researchers at Google posting a blog and a paper. They presented it at ICLR, one of the top AI conferences, and that was it. The stock market already moved the next day. Because what this paper signals isn't just a compression trick, it's the end of brute force. For years, the AI's industry answer to every problem was to buy more hardware, buy more chips, more memory, more power, and Turboquant says, what if you just had smarter math instead? And that paper managed to move markets. Not a product, not a keynote, a simple paper. It's very interesting to see how AI is able to affect things. So you've been watching the AI Grid, it's been Andrew Black, and I'll see you in the next one.